In a world where humanity has fled to the moon to escape the threat of machine life forms, a war rages on between the machines they left behind and the last remnants of humanity, the androids. Nier Automata, a thrilling action role-playing game that follows the story of combat androids 2B, 9S, and A2, and their mission to take down the machines and restore peace to the world. With deep and complex characters, a captivating story, and stunning visuals, Nier Automata will draw you into a world of action, emotion, and astounding storytelling that you won't want to leave or forget. Like seriously, it's been 2 years since I played Nier Automata for the first time, and I still think of it at least once a week. It seriously is that good, and I recommend that you play it too. Before we proceed, I just want to let you know that there will be spoilers in this video, so click away if you haven't played it yet, and I do truly recommend that you play this game before watching this video. Hey guys, it's Jeevan here, and this video is about why Nier Automata is one of the most important games in gaming history, and why Pascal's story in particular is so important and such a crucial part of this game. Please enjoy. Nier Automata challenges traditional video game narrative structures and explores deeper themes such as the nature of humanity, the role of AI, deep philosophical themes of existentialism and purpose, and even the consequences of war. The game's unique, branching storylines and multiple endings force the player to make difficult moral choices, leading to thought-provoking discussions about the importance of free will and agency. Additionally, the game's diverse cast of characters and its portrayal of strong, complex female characters contribute to the game's importance in promoting diversity and representation in the gaming industry. Overall, Nier Automata's innovative storytelling and exploration of philosophical themes make it a significant and memorable addition to the art of game making. Nier Automata is a masterful example of game design. The game features fast-paced hack-and-slash combat, along with twin-stick shooting that is both challenging and satisfying. Throughout the story, players play between 3 different characters, each with their own unique playstyle, and can unlock new abilities and weapons as they progress through the game. You can make this game as difficult or as easy as you like, making it very accessible. But what sets Nier Automata apart from other action RPGs is its unique approach to level design and storytelling. The game features a number of open world areas that are interconnected and can be explored in any order. These areas are filled with secrets, hidden paths, and side quests that encourage players to explore and discover new things. This sense of exploration is further enhanced by the game's non-linear structure, which allows players to maximize their choices and affect the story's outcome. In addition to its gameplay, Nier Automata transcends the medium of gaming because of its themes and narrative. As the story progresses, players are confronted with difficult moral dilemmas and are forced to make tough choices. The game explores themes of identity, free will, and the nature of humanity, and asks questions about what it means to be alive and what our purpose is. These themes are explored through the game's rich and complex narrative, which features multiple endings and multiple playthroughs, each of which offer a different perspective on the story. One of the toughest choices you will face in Nier Automata comes in the form of a character named Pascal. I like to call this part of the story Pascal's Dilemma. Pascal is a vital character in Nier, serving as an important NPC and a temporarily playable character in Route C. Although a machine, Pascal is a pacifist that actively takes precautions to avoid fighting and searches for a path to peace with like-minded machine lifeforms. Is an intellectual and shows interest in topics like human philosophy and the history of humankind and machine lifeforms. Having disconnected from the machine world, Pascal leads a society of diverse machines and educates them to live peacefully, seeking concord with the androids. He's established peaceful relations with Aninome, the resistance camp, and the 2 factions engage in a trade of machine and android parts and other resources. During a visit to the resistance camp, Pascal has his first encounter with A2, who in her hatred of machines threatens his life. But he is ultimately spared and allowed to return home. Later, Pascal receives a visit from A2, who needs a new filter, and he fashions one for her. Once this task is complete, A2 is asked to run an errand and collect a philosophy book from Anemone. But while she's away from the village, some of its residents suddenly turn hostile and begin eating their fellow machines. Pascal calls for A2's aid, and when the android arrives, he flees the village, taking the child machines with him to the abandoned factory. At the factory, Pascal watches over the children and tries to comfort them as they cower, afraid for their lives and wanting to see their families again. A2 meets with him there, but shortly thereafter they receive word that a massive force of machines is converging on the factory, threatening its occupants. As A2 fights the machines, Pascal chooses to temporarily discard his pacifist ways and hijacks a Goliath-class Angles unit in order to defend the children. The player then temporarily takes control of Pascal at this point and uses the Angles to destroy a waves of approaching machines before facing off with another Angles. After emerging victorious, Pascal rejoins A2 and then runs back into the factory to tell the children that the danger has passed. However, to Pascal's horror, the children are all dead. Sprawled about with metal rods piercing through their cores, it is evident that they all commit suicide. Horrified, Pascal realizes that he made a grave mistake. In educating the children, he taught them the concept of fear. He believed that if they learned fear, it would prevent them from seeking trouble and help them stay safe in the village. But the children became so overwhelmed with this fear of the hostile machines that they killed themselves to escape the fear. Unable to live with what he has done, Pascal asks A2 to delete all of his memories, or failing that, to kill him. Here the player chooses what they want to do. Spare Pascal with his memories, delete his memories, or kill him. If the player chooses to delete Pascal's memories, Pascal will return to his abandoned village as a shell of who he once was. In this state, he offers to sell various machine parts, including the cores of the child machines, unaware that he's selling the scrap of his fellow villagers. The player can also spare Pascal and simply walk away, leaving him to choose his own fate. He does not appear in the game again after that, with his character profile in the archive stating that he simply left. I chose to kill Pascal in my playthrough, as I thought this was what he wanted most. However, this choice has a great impact on me. Who was I to choose what to do with Pascal? Who was I to play God and kill him? I was riddled with guilt and trauma for making this choice. What was the right choice? Is there even a right choice? This is a testament to how great Yoko Taro's writing is in this game. I've never ever felt this kind of emotion in any other art medium, and I'm confident only gaming can invoke such emotion due to its immersiveness. To this day, I think of what I should have done in that moment and whether or not I made the right choice. Or even if there was a right choice to begin with. What would you have done in this situation? Be sure to leave a comment and let me know. Just like Pascal's dilemma, there are many more examples of difficult choices in Nier Automata. However, I implore you to play this game and find out for yourself, as my words will never do the beauty and artfulness of this game any justice. For those of you who have played the game, I'm sure you understand how impactful it is, and why I think it's the most important game ever made. Be sure to leave a comment and let me know what your favorite moment or storyline in the game is, or why not you think this game is important. I hope one day I can make a 1 hour long retrospective on this game, just like other content creators have, because it truly is something that I can talk about for hours, and its depth, themes, everything is just so well done in this game. I think by the end of it, we need to have a discussion on the true geniuses of video game making. Some might put geniuses such as Hideo Kojima, Miyazaki, or even Todd Howard as the true visionaries and geniuses of video game making. But I think, thanks to Nier Automata, Yoko Taro needs to be in this conversation as well. What Yoko Taro has done here with Nier Automata, and even Nier Replicant to some extent, is truly unique. He has pushed the gaming medium forward in ways very few game developers have. Another aspect of Nier Automata that makes it one of the greatest games of all time is its soundtrack. The soundtrack is expertly made with outstanding battle scenes like this. Or even this.
This concludes negotiations. The only remaining option is to destroy you. The same way we destroyed these pathetic little aliens.
Even as you peacefully wander the city, you are greeted with a beautiful soundtrack called City Ruins, and it keeps you interested in the game. I really love this one.
So this is the resistance camp, huh? Wonder if there are any...
Honestly, the soundtrack is so good I could make a whole other video that's like 20 minutes long just on the soundtrack. Once you play Nier, you will find yourself listening to the soundtrack on your own spare time, such as on Spotify, and I know I have it added to a few playlists. It inspired me so much that I even made a song on it. But to spare you the time, I won't talk about it too much longer. If you do want a separate video on the soundtrack, be sure to leave a like or leave a comment below. That's all for the video. Thank you everybody for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like or a comment below. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike.